Okay, so class, I just want to say, oops, here we go. Uh, I had so many students having kind of issues or problems with this first assignment. In the middle of me also being very busy with my other job, which I'm trying to scale back from. I'm doing a little bit better with it, but I'm going to catch up a lot of your grading this weekend. I am about ready to leave to my other job, which I have for a half a day, and I just had a little bit of time this morning to work on some stuff. So what I'm going to do for all of you is, if anybody messed up the assignment, I'm going to let you redo it. If you did not do it yet, I will let you turn it in this Sunday, and I'm only going to make this provision, for this week. Okay. I want you guys to understand that I really want you to succeed. That's important for me as your professor, and clarity is important on my end. But what I do need you guys to really understand is you need to look at your assignments ahead of time, and you need to anticipate, if you were to do that project, the assignment, is there any kind of questions that you have, and give yourself time to ask me that question so that I have time to answer it. There's no way I can answer over 100, questions in a day, and I do have a personal life I attempt to have as well. Later on I'm going to give you an arrangement of kind of each week I will maybe send with announcements the best times to get a hold of me through texting or calling. Okay. I'm available 7 days a week, but not 24 hours a day, okay? And I cannot do things for you within several hours all the time. Sometimes I can, and if I can, I will. But, I just want to make that clear. Now, I'm not upset at anybody trying to contact me at that late hour, but I'm just breaking down reality for us all, okay? So, let me just clarify the video notes thing just a little bit better. Some of you have heard this that actually called me up on the phone, and I actually have been able to talk to. I'm mainly just looking that you watched these videos, okay? And I want to see that you're learning the main meat or point of what's going on in my lectures or in the documentaries that I have. Now, I say 2 points per video. Maybe I need to reword that. 2 facts or two things to learn from the video is what I mean, as the average. And what I also need to clarify is when I wrote those instructions originally, I was not putting other videos in. And I found documentaries that I thought would complement my lectures and also give you a break from me a little bit. So sometimes I'll have like a 20-minute video or more, and when you watch the video on the top, I'll say write 4 points on this, okay? So it's mainly 2 facts per video, or 2 points, but sometimes if the video is longer, I'll ask for more from you. Now, many of you really freaked out over the length of videos, and the work seemed like too much. Well, it seemed like too much, first of all, because you all tried to do it a few hours before it was due. And if that's what you're going to do, you're going to be destroyed. But, and some of you probably already dropped over this being overwhelmed. But let me just back you up for a second and show you how you can get an A in my class. I actually have the most realistic class to get you an education and get you an A. I won't say it's the most. I set it up pretty nicely. And most of my students that stay with me get A's, B's at worst. And the other ones drop, okay? Because they didn't figure this out. So I want you to stay with me. These are lectures, okay? Imagine if you go to a lecture for a cram course where you spend 4 hours that day, and then you try to do an assignment right afterwards due by midnight. That's not reality, okay? Now, I give you every week, sometimes earlier than Sunday, but no later than Sunday, you will have access to that week's assignments. I tell this to all my students, look at all my videos and you add up all the time, and it's less than you would spend in a classroom if you were taking this in a face-to-face classroom. So you don't have too many videos. You have just enough lectures to cover this. And you can focus on this more than the readings even. The readings can be a guide, but you have a lot of reading because we're covering, it's a cram course, so we're covering like 3 chapters a week of a lot of information. Just skim through it while you watch my videos. Take a few notes each day maybe, okay? Building up to Thursday. And so what I want to see is by the time we get to Thursday night that you've watched everything and you've thought about it, and I'm just going to quickly look at your video notes when you send them, and I'm going to see somebody has been doing this or not. Now 40 points is a lot of points. As I mentioned, we have one midterm, it's 25 points. One final, it's another 25 points. 50 points, only 10 more points than the weekly 40-point notes. This is the bulk of your work in my class. And if you can get through this, you're going to be fine. Okay? You're not having to memorize all these things, just to do them. Okay? Now, what I recommend to everybody is before you even do the video notes, it's not a requirement, this is a recommendation, you look at what those papers are on Sunday. You only need to write a 1-page paper for each one for me, so I need at least 2 pages full for Sunday. All you need to do is look at your notes that you have and utilize them to create a coherent paper for Sunday. Most of the time that'll work. Okay? You don't need Wikipedia. I don't want Wikipedia. Okay? This is not intended to be a scholarly written paper. If I wanted you to write an academic history paper, you would have to use Chicago style, not MLA or other written forms. By the way, most of you have never heard of Chicago style. Unfortunately, a lot of colleges, it just doesn't get to you guys, your students, that each department, if you transfer from a junior college and you go to a bigger university, different departments, like the psychology department has a different writing style in the literature department than the historical. Okay, so history majors, we use Chicago style for citing references in papers. And if you're a history major and you want to learn about Chicago style, talk to me or just Google it and look up Chicago style. Okay, I'm not requiring you to do that. And for the papers on Sunday, you only need to mention that you're quote the textbook or my lectures or the documentaries if you're using a direct quote. And I don't care how you do it. If it's not a direct quote, I understand that you're working with these videos, my lectures, and the textbook. And you are going to tell back to me what that you basically learned this. It's going to be rehashing somewhat, okay? I promise you, what you're going to find is you're actually learning something. And that's what I'm trying to do for you. I want you to learn history. You get a lot of information shoved down your throat in this in a short amount of time. And I'm trying to give you just enough to walk away and actually feel empowered, okay? And to do it in a way that's realistic for you to get a successful grade. When I grade these papers, I do not say much. I do not grade very hard on them. I'm doing just like your notes. I'm looking to see if you answered what I asked and you're using the content from what we've covered in class. And I will know when you're putting in things that are not in this class and you got them from somewhere else. It's called plagiarism, and you're also wasting your time, and you will pay. But let's not go there, okay? Don't do that. If you need more time on your assignments, it's better that you talk to me about it. I'm reasonable. I'm approachable. Right now, I'm as busy as you guys are, though. And so this is the challenge. I'm really trying to give you guys my time. And I'm also, I've never had to work this hard. Well, I shouldn't say never. This is one of those times I'm working pretty damn hard. And, so sometimes I can be on it to get to you guys quick and other times not. Right now, I have a lot to grade. And I'm going to be doing that, and we're going to try to keep communicating. So you bear with me, and I will bear with you, and we will get through this together, and we'll do just fine. Okay? So hang in there, tough it out. I promise you. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's a path to success and a place to find enlightenment, to be knowledgeable, and to be one with the universe. Okay? So hang in here with me. All right? Okay. Much love, y'all.